it's Dina Blizzard, and you're watching One Funny Morning. Welcome to One Funny Morning Show.
From Monday to Friday.
And sometimes on Saturday.
Why would you say that in front of all these people?
You never know what's going to happen.
Carmen.
Cortez.
Good morning, everybody.
What's outside your weather door?
Good morning. Uppie, everybody.
Hi, this is Lucy, and he is Wade, and we're from Peterborough, Ontario, where the world's tallest lift locks are located, and you're watching One Funny Mother.
That was so beautiful. Hey, Wade. Hey, Lucy. It's so nice to meet you. What's a lift lock? I don't know what a lift lock is. So you have to tell me. A lift lock. Is that like the thing that just goes up the mountain like this? I don't know. Maybe the Canadians will tell me, but is a lift lock like an elevator? Like a hatch? No idea. We do not have this word. It's a boat elevator. Like they have in the Panama Canal, like where they move the boat in and then fill it up with water and then they move it to the next one, the next elevation, like that. Why do I know what that is? I feel like, I thought she said flip-flop. Nope, she said lift lock. Good morning. Yes, said Lucy, we have the tallest one. I was right. A lift lock. It's how she heard flip-flop. I'm glad we clarified. It is not the home of the largest flip-flop. She said lift lock. Now we're at my sister's house down in Virginia Beach this morning. She has this beautiful patio. So she said, I set it all up for you. I am at Nicole's Lillian. This is Stella. You don't often. I too thought it was a huge flip-flop. I'm glad we clarified. This is Stella. She'll be serving as co-host today. This is Nicole's little dog. Okay, but now I want to know where the biggest flip-flop is, said Cynthia. Tank Top Brian was just here this morning. You missed him? And I'm positive he had a tank top on. That's how I recognize him. Without a tank top, I basically have he's a stranger. Trying to get my girls to go to bed, Nicole, from Melbourne, Australia. Do you want me to tell them a bedtime story that involves this dog? How old are they, Nicole? I don't know. It'll be a good bedtime story. But it starts off one day, there was a little dog named Stella. Jackie, I'm visiting Virginia Beach right now. I am here. Heading out right after this show. Because I have we could stand-up shows in Myrtle Beach tonight. How you gonna drive Nicole and not show us Tank Top Brian? Girl, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. We had a good time last night. It should be an easy drive now that your car has oil. You know, Tanya, you and Carrot seem to be real hung up on whether the car has oil. I like to think of oil as like, maybe we have it, maybe we don't. Okay, but we'll still get there. So like maybe a sign showed up in the dash that said, you should probably put oil in here. So then I said, sure, if you want. Oh, wait, here, I got this glass. So I'm at my sister's. And I was like, let me see if she has any vases I can drink out of. She doesn't, which I thought was weird. So I went through her cabinet and then I found this glass. Okay, Tanya, this is for you. Ready? Being a teacher is easy. It's like riding a bike, except the bike is on fire. You're on fire. Everything is on fire and you're in hell. Here you go. Happy back to school. Mm-hmm. Bob's here. Hey, hello. Bob, how we doing? We've been thinking about you. We've been drinking to you. Mm-hmm. I think that there are 6 families of cicadas that live just in these trees right here. Mm-hmm. It's a message from a genie. Mm-hmm. And the genie said, just put some oil in here. So it said, you need oil. And I said, Sherry. She says, do we just have oil? I said, I mean, it only asked what, this was the first warning. I like to wait until a lot of lights are blinking before I'm like, maybe I'll stop the car. Mm. Yeah. So she was like, let me just look up AutoZones, Jiffy Lubes. So now we're passing through some town. And she says, there's the AutoZone. I said, it was on the left side. Let's wait until we find an AutoZone on the right side. And then I don't have to do, she was like, turn the car. And I was like, you're real aggressive. So I said, it's fine. We'll just stop here at the AutoZone. And, you know, I'll put the oil in. She says, you can't put the oil in. We're going to be like, it'll take forever for the car to cool down. And I was like, cool down? What are you talking about? She's like, in order to put the oil in, your car has to cool down. I was like, no, it doesn't. What are you talking about? Missy knows. I have a keen understanding of automotives. Like the time we ran out of gas. Whatever. And I convinced Missy it was her fault. Not because we didn't have gas, but because we had gas. And she hit the purge button, the purge gas button. There was, I didn't know that we had run out of gas. Maybe I did at that point. It took a while. Missy was like, what happened? I said, did you hit any of these buttons? She said, what button? The guy's like, you ran out of gas. I said, that wasn't me. I think Missy hit this purge, the gas button. I said, what button is that? It's the parking brake, but it had a big P on it. She goes, my car doesn't have that button. I said, well, this is a BMW. That's why. She goes, why would you ever hit that button? I go, Missy, didn't you ever see on Chips? So I went back 40 years. On Chips, when there was a car accident, and then Poncherella, he was basically like standing next to the car. Like Poncherella comes over and has to grab somebody because the gas was going to make it explode. No, we didn't run out of gas this time. This was my last experience with somebody in an automotive situation. I said, Missy, if you look under this car, you will see all the gas. She said, I'm so sorry. I said, don't hit any more buttons. Mm-hmm. By the way, there's not a purge gas button. And Poncherella is not coming to help you. Keep that in mind. Mm-hmm. What on earth are you talking about? Michelle? Michelle and I have not had an automotive incident. Yeah, and then somebody told Missy, there's no such thing. And I was very mad. Mm-hmm. I am not in the tropics. I'm in Virginia Beach with Stella. There's Stella. And we are, what are these exotic noises? Those are called cicadas, also known as disgusting beetles. And I guess Nicole lives in a jungle of cicadas. Mm-hmm. Oh, have we had an automotive incident? What happened, Shell? Oh, well, we were in a car accident together. Okay, well, that was actually real. And that was on Jesus. And we might have totaled a car. Whatever. Okay, I don't blame either of us for that. I blame the snow and the man that hit us. Oh, yeah, that. The reason why I still have pain in my neck and I got the arthritis. Yeah, you're right. We did. Now, Misty and I almost had an accident, but we saved the ice cream and we didn't have an accident. Just now that I think about it, I've had almost accidents with everybody. I did. Maybe Totally in Car was the first of the incidents. I don't know. Yeah. Saving ice cream was the most important thing. It was just so funny. Because I think like part of my arm was like trying to block Missy from moving forward, but then holding up the ice cream. Like I was like, I might die, but what's important to me and Missy, because she was doing the same. She was like blocking me and grab the ice cream. We were just like, we may die, but in our cold, dead hands, preferably cold, would be still ice cream. So I was invited to go on a trip, didn't go. He broke down, took 8 hours to get home from the Jersey. Yep. Yeah, and Michelle Mooney would still rather have me drive. And I bet if you asked Missy, she'd say the same thing. I don't really like to drive in the city. You can still drive. And then it was the greatest celebration ever because we were like, oh my God, neither of us died and we still have this ice cream. I mean, that what comes out of tragedy can sometimes be beautiful. Yeah, exactly. That's it, Tanya. Check everything before you take a drive with me. I think Sherry's learning that. Listen. But when I showed up to Sherry's house and she was like, I packed us a lunch. I was like, oh, that sounds really good. It literally was just 100 different vegetables, fresh vegetables from her garden. She's like, would you like some feta? What about some balsamic reduction? And then maybe some other cheeses. Do you want some tuna? What other proteins can I offer you? I was like, I'm going to be honest. This is the best lunch that's ever been packed for me. Okay, Stella. Is it Sherry? Hold on. What? There's nobody up there. Sure. I don't know what you wanted. Hold on, let me get back to the jungle. Back to the jungles. Yeah, you totally want to travel with Sherry. Codename Carrot. You should have known. So we were off to a good start, and then it was funny. We were driving down through Delaware, and her parents, Cher's parents, lived down there. She's like, they're literally 1 minute off the exit. Do you want to say hi? And I haven't seen her parents and her sister in like, I don't know, 20 years. Come on. Will you just sit here? I was just saying how we stopped and said hi to your mom and dad and your sister.
Oh, yeah.
And I hadn't seen them in like 20 years. She was like, it's only a minute. I was like, we're stopping. So we were going to stop here, stop there. We stopped at about 14 Wawas because of my small bladder. Every single Wawa's bathroom had a line out the door. And apparently, which I didn't know, even if I keep the car running, when I run inside of a Wawa to go pee, when I come back, it's off. And Sherry's about to die. I was like, Sherry, did this just turn off? She's like, yeah. I opened the door. I said, just turn it back on. People are going to come over and I'm going to get arrested. Like you're a baby in the car. Like, did you leave your friend in the car? I'll be like, I did. My dogs are very concerned. You must have come up and Stella saw you and she freaked out. She's been crying.
Oh, I was looking to see if you started the show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What did Sherry prep for Stella? A smidgen of peanut butter and jerky with a side of duck, probably. If she knew Stella was on the trip, she'd be like, listen.
Yes.
We're getting a Wawa in Elizabethtown, Kentucky.
Oh, wow.
That's far west for Wawa, right?
That's fun.
It's funny. Was Poncharella a childhood crush? I was talking about, yes, you do. Poncharella. Let me look you directly in the eyes. Ponch.
Was it a cartoon?
Okay. I believe that there are certain references from the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s that all of us know. Now, I made a reference the other day to somebody, and I said, it's inconceivable. And they just looked at me. I go, they were like, what are you saying? I go, it's inconceivable. He's like, why are you saying it like that? I go, that's how you say it. It's in the movie. And he was like, what movie? I go, inconceivable. How many people? Just thank you, Kate. Kate knew exactly. Thank you. Now, for those of you who are like, I don't know what inconceivable is. Okay. Here's another hint. My name is Enigno Montoya. I killed your father. You killed my father. Prepare to die. I messed that up. I was nervous. Sherry didn't know what I was talking about either. I said, Sherry, how do you not know what I'm saying? She's like, I've never heard of it. I said, it is pop culture. That one's a blank. Half of them don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know it.
So then somebody else was like, is that Scarface? I go, what? No. Mooney. Texas Moody doesn't know either. Well, Poncharella, nothing.
No.
What about?
What is it? Movie, cartoon?
It was a TV series. He was totally hot. He was the hottest guy of like the 70s.
Oh, Chips.
Boom.
I know all this. Punch. Not Poncharello. Didn't they call him
Poncharella,
Punch?
Ponch. Yeah, I said Ponch.
Oh, I thought you were just saying it twice. I don't know Poncharello. I know Punch.
His full name was Poncharella, but Ponch was his name.
That I know.
Well, it's so crazy. Stay with me. Years ago, when I first started OneFunnyMother, I was in an airport with Carolyn. Now, Carolyn was 19. I was probably 36. So we were not, she doesn't know who Ponch is. Fine. Well, we separate. I'm in like the Chick-fil-A line. And she's like, I'm going to go get something down here. I said, fine. So I'm standing in this line. Sherry, no lie, Eric Estrada goes walking through the airport. And I had the biggest life question in my life. I was like, do I chase after Eric Estrada? Or do I stay in this chicken line because I'm starving?
You stayed in the
I had to stay in the chicken line. I was so hungry. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm looking around. I'm like, oh my gosh, did you guys? That's Ponch. That's Ponch. So nobody ever just thought I was crazy. So Carolyn comes back. And I said, Carolyn, I need you to stay in this line and get me a chicken because I'm going to go chase down Ponch. And she was like, what's a Ponch? I go, Ponch. Eric Estrada. And she had no idea.
I never would have thought it was really him in the airport.
Well, that's what she said.
Yeah, because
I said, listen, this is updated Ponch. I mean, he had like a belly, but it was him. I got a good eye, Cher.
Yeah, no doubt.
I got a good eye. We watch Chips all the time. Exactly. Who's Ric Flair? Well, so then I said, how did you not see The Princess Bride? And one of the guys was like, well, you're talking about a chick movie. I go, Princess Bride is not a chick movie. It has Andre the Giant in it. And then we got into all these discussions, and I think Ric Flair's name came up. Like, do you remember like the famous wrestlers?
The wrestlers, I do. Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Okay. These you know. But Ponch is the Ponch. Up in the air. Yeah. Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair. Who else? Yeah, Ric Flair. It's so funny because I feel like I didn't go after Ponch because I was hungry. And you have those Jake the Snake, Macho Man, Randy Savage,
Oh, there you go.
Triple X, Junkyard Dog. It was all of them. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Is that
Oh,
so
one
funny?
of them lived in South Jersey.
Yeah.
I thought it was Andre the Giant, but I just looked it
No.
up. It wasn't.
No, they lived. I think they lived by the Mastons. Why did I think that? Remember the Mastons? We went to school with them.
Yeah.
Goldfinger. I don't know. Von Erichs, Iron Sheik.
One of them definitely lived in South Jersey.
The
When it
Miz.
passed, it was a big deal.
The Miz, wasn't he from MTV? Who was the one that was on MTV? He was like one of the stars from, what was the house called? Remember the house? The Real World.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. The Undertaker. Rowdy Roddy Piper. And was he on Dancing with the Stars too? Oh, such a good movie. Ricky Steamboat. It makes you wonder what happens to all these people. Oh, it's so funny. Did anybody from our class do anything crazy? I think it might be me.
Yeah, might be leading the pack.
None of our other classmates did anything crazy? And nobody would have ever said, oh, who's going to grow up and have a big mouth. I don't even think I spoke in high school.
Right?
Oh, Luann. Oh, you get too old to wrestle. I don't know. I think Sherry's in pretty good shape. What if we put you on the circuit?
We're going to throw down right after you wrap.
We're going to put Sherry on the circuit. Look at me spitting.
Does Nicole mind if I stand on her couch?
No, she would love that. She actually asked for you to do that.
Oh, I'm in the bunk bed. I can jump down from the bunk bed.
The city I grew up in had professional wrestling classes and had a mature wrestling fight, and everyone was in costume. It was hilarious and fun. I was very busy with the glockenspiel. I was like, what's going to make me famous? This glockenspiel. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. I don't remember Miss Elizabeth with all the old wrestlers. Is Sherry your sister, basically? If the requirements for being my sister were you have to know you for a really long time, you'd be born around my birthday, then Sherry would be, and so would Salad. So Sherry and Sarah, we actually all met sophomore year of high school. The two of them have the same birthday. Michelle, my sister, Michelle and I have the same birthday, and Nicole is the next day after. So the five of us. You didn't get voted girl most likely to grow up to be a comedian. Did not. Did you get a superlative? I think I got most musical. So that made sense.
I didn't know you got that. Congratulations.
I don't know. I might have made that up.
Oh.
Sherry's like, I don't even think they knew you went there. I think I might have.
Did you? Good for you.
I might have made it up. What do you think you did? If you had to make something up.
I don't know.
I'm almost positive I was. Who else would have gotten it? Are you saying I can't get it?
No, I'm not saying that.
No,
I
man.
just don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember who got anything, so I'd have to check the yearbook.
Sure, I feel like you would remember. I have a vague recollection that I might have won something. But it wasn't any. It was. Let's celebrate. I don't think we properly celebrated my big win. You would have been voted most likely to stalk somebody in your own high school.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Most likely to start the catfish movement.
Yes.
Sherry was way ahead of her time. Let's put it that way.
Did I hook them and lure them in?
She did. When Sherry decided she wanted to date somebody, you know how you're in your little, what we'll say, status levels. Our level was very low. let me start there. Okay. And Sherry, she was trying to date up. I was like, Sherry, I don't even think they know we're in this class. She's like, doesn't matter. He'll be mine. And she did.
And skip level too. Not even one step. I would say probably 3 steps.
Oh, yeah.
Intelligence.
Yeah. He was going to go to West Point.
Yeah.
We were going to go to Wawa.
If we were lucky.
If we were lucky. Yeah, Sherry. And so Sherry's over here. She's like, I'm going to date him. And we're like, he don't even know that you're here. He doesn't know we exist. But Sherry got him. Hook, line, and sinker. I'm over here. I'm like, maybe I'll find somebody who likes the glockenspiel. I was like, maybe somebody. How many people did you graduate with? Like 300.
You think?
What do you think?
I was going to say 250, 240.
Maybe. I'd say it's between there and there. I think it depended. You know, we started with a big class, but it's big. It's always funny to me when I talk to people and they're like, yeah, I had 12 people in my life. No, not us. Most likely to have a bourbon drinking show on Tuesday nights. If that was a thing, I would have not won that either. But so funny. I got suspended in high school for tardiness. My son had 800. I graduated with 1,200 people. Can you imagine? You wouldn't even know everybody. My graduation class was 1,500.
Wow.
I graduated with 54 people. My husband graduated with 12. Oh my gosh. I graduated with like 80. Isn't it so funny? Like how different. I don't know, because once you get to those smaller numbers, you know, like I graduated 12th in my class. Sounds really good.
You did?
No, like if somebody said like I graduated 12th in my class, but you can also say I graduated last in my class.
Right.
It's so funny.
I was going to say, if you're claiming you graduated 12th, now we're just making things up.
Some people do, Sherry.
No, I mean, I thought you were saying that you did.
We'd be lying now. No, I was hoping for a good quintile at that point. I wasn't in the top 10%, wasn't in the top half. I thought, let's break it down to quintiles.
Yep.
And God forbid, I had no idea what a quintile even was at the time. And I was like, sure, let's go quintiles. Mm-hmm. We had under 100. Wow. So funny. I was an advanced student and sent to detention one time in 4 years, and the security monitor laughed at me and said to get out of here. You don't belong in here. Yeah, you'll only get worse here. It'll be like going to jail, like you don't know how to jimmy anything, and then you come out. What was that? It was a famous line in Shawshank. I said I had to come to jail to learn to become a criminal or something.
Right. True.
Yeah, that's so funny.
I had it back in.
Where are you going?
I got stuff to grade. They were all due last night at 11:59. That's what I was doing.
Sherry, an important teacher. How are you gonna? How many you have to grade?
Like 60 something.
Is it like an essay or is it just like a?
Yeah, it's the final exams. So some are essays. But then another assignment was they had to make a healthy shopping video. So those are fun to watch.
Me watch them. Wouldn't it be funny if we put a compilation, just put it on the internet? Are any of them funny?
Yeah, some of them are funny.
Like me funny or like
Yeah, pretty funny. Pretty funny. They try, which I appreciate.
So you have 60 videos to watch?
No, only one class had to do that because it's 2 different subjects. But yeah, I'll hold them.
I'd like to see those videos. My son's high school is 3,000 kids right now, and this is the largest high school in Jacksonville. Wow. When I was growing up a B and I married a W. Oh, you're talking about last names? I was a Q. And then, yeah, so I went from Q to B. I was like, oh, was this what life is like at the beginning of the line? Because Q was never at the beginning of any line. It's very funny. Does anybody remember like when you're younger and then, you might meet somebody you like and then you try on their last name? Like, did anybody ever like not date somebody because their last name was like, you're like Farter. Like I couldn't be Dina Farter. Like, not that that's anybody's name, but like, was there ever anybody that you dated that you're just like, I like you like as a person. There was a girl in high school, and I think I broke off an engagement because of a last name. What was his name? My teacher, Mrs. Butt. I almost married an Elmer, Lisa Elmer. What? No. My nephew dated a raper. No. Bushinsky was my first boyfriend. No. Someone in the class, last name Roach. I know a Roach. Last name was Bethard. Bethard? Miggett sounds like Claire LeClaire. So I was staring. I knew his name and tried it on me as soon as we get off the elevator. Wendy Butts. I had a friend who worked with her. Good enough. My last name was Good Enough? Really? Maynard. He ended up proposing when I wouldn't date him. What? Rozicki. Rozicki? That's not a bad name. I knew a guy named Dick Cox. Gayer. Lisa Massell, Marcia Massell, Melissa Massell, all cousins. No. I knew a candy bar. Wow. One of my friends is Kara. She made a guy whose last name is Mello. She is now Caramello, like the candy bar. I grew up Allison McPherson. I dated a guy, Henderson. Nope, not going to happen. Can't do any more sons. I knew a candy cane. I had a student named Stormy Day. Wow. There was a moment I was going to name Dean Frosty, but I couldn't think of like what his name would be. Like shorten it to, because you couldn't call him Frosty. You just, What? What is this comment? I have spoken to what? I don't even know what you just said, but I'm intrigued. Frosty Blizzard. Frost Blizzard. Anita Nap. Candy bar and ginger bar. No. I knew a family. His last name is Travis. Their oldest first name was Travis. Travis. No. Fro. They would have called him Fro. No. Anita Drink. No. Can't do it. I'm glad he's Dean. I know. I don't know. I can't see Dean with a different name. No, he's a Dean. He was a Dean before he was even born. I knew I was gonna have a kid named Dean. And then I don't know if I told you when we had that gig down in down in Brigantine a couple weeks ago. The woman that owned the coffee shop that the show was at, her name was also Dina. And we're chatting. Our kids were around the same age. And she had a son. And she goes, oh, yeah, he's still in college. He's about to graduate. I said, oh, my son, Dean, just graduated. She was like, your son's name is Dean. My son's name is Dean. I have a feeling like every Dina has to name her son Dean. And they're all handsome babies. So cute. I said, there's got to be something about that. Nuh-uh. I'm a whore. So when they called her the principal, they'd say, would a whore come to the principal, and 12 girls would head down. Our son's middle name is Dean, as is his grandfather. It's a good one. Oh, not pronounced Jesus Christ, but spelled Jesus Christ. Wait, this is how they spelled it? Jesus. Wow. My brother was Mike Love, and he was always teased. The song Love Stinks was big then, or they called his song The Love Boat. I went to school with a girl named Bunny Easter. No. Yeah, I don't know. There was a girl in high school. Her name was Stephanie DeStefano. I said, why do you do this? Yeah, it's funny. But I still remember her name. Ask me, I barely remember Sherry's last name from high school. Wow. I can write baby names with all the crazy names I've encountered. Yeah. That's funny. Anyway, so I haven't heard from Brooke or my mom. They are basically hanging out together this week. So hopefully the two of them will get to do something fun. I said, maybe you and grandmom could do like little trips or something, but Diane's not leaving. She's not leaving her seat, and she's not, and I'm sure Brooke has had enough of the Hallmark Channel. I worked with Alice and Allison. My niece's name is Allen. That's the name. Am I saying it right? I don't know. My mom is feeling better. She's looking better. So her and Brooke will hang out this week. By the time I get home, there's only about 3 days, and then it's time to start dropping these girls off. Jacqueline moves in on the 1st. Brooke moves in on the 2nd. Potty on the 3rd. What? My husband worked with a girl named Rachel Coffin, and she married a man whose last name is Casket, and she hyphenated it. Rachel Coffin Casket. Shut up. I'm late, but did you travel with your new plans? No. These are my sister's plants. She's very good at this. So a lot of these plants she's had forever. And we're on her back patio. She started school today. Dean will still be in the basement, but I barely see him, which is fine for everybody. So I did find, I should have showed it to you. I put it on Dean's bed. So I've been cleaning out the closets and doing all kinds of stuff. I found a picture of Dean in like kindergarten, maybe 1st grade, that was put on as an iron on to like a man's shirt. I don't know if they did it when the kids were younger. Like they were like, wow, in 10 years, these kids are going to love this. But I was like going through clothes for like Goodwill and stuff and trying to go through things. And I found this shirt, and it's so funny because it's like, with everybody's like lined up. So Dean's like in the back row, like the third one in from the left. But it's like a man's shirt, like he could totally wear it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so funny. I wonder if he'll just wear this now and be like, who wants to pick me? It's just so funny. It's so funny. So, crack me up. My son starts college today. Brenda, it's so exciting. So funny. Good morning, Rosie. How you feeling? I am trying to keep up with what's going to be happening this week, and then being able to get home, spend a couple days with the girls as they get ready for college, and drop everybody off. That's a lot. Oh, Brenda, that's a big deal. My son gets his bar removed tomorrow at CHOP. So Brenda's son must have had the pectus excavatum like Dean. Those of you some of you are following his progress. When he was about 17, he had a bar. His chest did that. And when they put the bar in, they break all your bones and push your chest out. And it stays in for about 3 years. It's very traumatic for everybody. It does sound like pectus excavatum. It does sound like a Harry Potter spell. But it was kind of crazy, Brenda, the difference between the putting bar in and taking the bar out. He was down a few days. But it was nothing compared to the trauma of putting it in. So yeah, good. Congratulations. Hopefully he feels like it was worth it. I know that Dean wanted it to be taken out immediately. But it was good. It's kind of amazing to be like, he's 23 now, Brenda, he'll be 24 soon. And to just look at his chest, it's just funny to me to remember what it looked like when it started. And it's crazy because years ago, if you had pectus, there was no option for you. But they had done lots of research and are able to kind of pull it out. But his was already resting on his heart. My youngest son had the bar in his chest too. Yeah, it's extraordinary that what they're able to do. My son had it slightly as a toddler, but it corrected, thank goodness. That's amazing. I know. I'm parting, sending my daughter off to sophomore year of college. This is Jacqueline's senior year, going into her senior year. So yeah, lots of things. It looked normal to me because I didn't know any different. Yeah, it's funny, and it got worse. I thought that as Dean got older, that like his muscles would come in, and it would look less obvious, but it did the opposite. Like as his chest got broader on the sides, it just kept, you could have like a bowl of cereal where the thing, it was crazy. It's crazy. My daughter's last year of university. Yeah. But yeah, he's great now. So congratulations. It's a lot. I know. Can you believe it? Senior year. I know, when she graduated high school during the pandemic. Isn't that crazy? It is. Yeah, pectus is much more common in young men than it is in women, but women can get it. You don't tend to be able to notice it with women as much because they have usually breasts and coming out, and so it's not as obvious. And they don't do the bar for everybody. You have to hit certain metrics in order to be eligible. Like it's not a cosmetic procedure. They won't do it unless there's a medical reason. So, and street prom. I just watched the street prom video just recently, Renee, and I cry every time I watch it because it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. It's so crazy. I feel like that video was like the best video of like trying to create something, because you figure the pandemic started what, late February, early March. We didn't really know what it was, but nobody was going anywhere. So that was May. So we had March, April, May. So it was 3 months, of doing nothing. And then another, nobody knew it was going to be like another year of that. But that night it was, yeah. And the graduation parade, remember that? And I was like, oh, this will be fun to go live. And then we went live 4.5 hours. And then we lost the giant, it was like a hat. It was like a graduation hat that we made, but we didn't know. But the hat had flown away and fallen off the car. And then we had to go back and find it. He had to wear a custom-made vest that pushes right in. I've heard of that, Alejandra. I always, because there's a Expectus Patronum. Maybe that's a Harry Potter spell. I don't know. Dean, that was a spell. That was a spell. Dean knows the other name. I forget what it was. Is the video on the page? Yeah. If you put in street prom, you'll find the street prom. I'm sure Jacqueline's is probably like graduation parade or something. That was a long live. Yeah. Expectus Patronum. It's not. Dean knows the name because he has a joke about it. He's a Spectus excavatum. Pectus excavatum. And then there's another one. Yeah, no, I forget what it's called, but Dean would know. It was funny. And remember, I had to go to the bathroom, and I was like, I'm going to need to pull over and use the bathroom. I did not know. And they literally drove by the house of every kid graduating. So it had to be 200-300 people. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So fun. So fun. You guys, look how far we've come. Mm-hmm. Last day of vacation, then home. All I saw was the word vineyard. I just watched the feta live. Loved it so much. Oh my gosh, the feta thing was so funny. Mm-hmm. I know, Mark, this is my sister's patio. She's got even more plants on the other side. It's all tropical out. She got a pink flamingo. Was Dean fell on his rollerblades or something? You told me he was hurt and you fitted it. Yeah, Nicole, I believe that I got the garden hose and I made an outline of his body on the driveway because Dean lies. And Dean was real dramatic about all of his injuries. And so anytime he'd have an injury, it was like, oh, he broke something. And so I was just over it. And I was like, okay. So then I drew him out in the driveway. And then he just kept complaining, whatever, it was broken. But it was all his fault. All of the thing. He not only broke his own bodies, he broke other people's bodies. He broke Jacqueline's leg. He broke Natalia's hand. He was like, guys, I have a great idea. And then we'd end up at the hospital. Well, that was fun. And when I took Dean to the hospital, I dropped him off at the door. I went to park. And by the time I came back in, they were like, oh my gosh, we just saw the video of you in the driveway. Like, they were I was like, well, did you guys make us an appointment? Did we get moved up? Because you saw, I mean, you knew we were coming. Yeah. So funny. Mooney, I saw you post your videos of your pool. It looks so nice. Mm-hmm. He does all of his own deconstruction. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Destruction. Yeah, he was real mad. He goes, "Are you making a chalk outline of me in the driveway?" I was like, kind of. Yeah. If you're going to follow, you should follow somebody else's house because I'm probably going to. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. My friends, great idea. Gave me a broken arm when I was 13. Mm-hmm. It is, Cassandra. It's very relaxing. I think Nicole comes out here in the mornings before school and has her coffee. Ba-da-ba. So she's got her little oasis here. Mm-hmm. Everyone should have their oasis. So we are in Virginia Beach at the moment. I imagine it only gets hotter 5.5 hours from here. And I was saying to Sherry that in New Jersey, you definitely can feel the changing of the seasons. So I had just taken all of my summer clothes and put them in a box and put them under my bed. And then I was packing and I was like, I think it's still hot here. So I had to take a bunch of stuff out. I don't even know what I bought with me. I have a feeling I might look like a crazy person this week at these shows. People are like, why are you in a sweatshirt? Aren't you? It'd be like a sauna. Mm-hmm. I said, yes, but if you fall and break your arm, I'm not taking you to the hospital. Less than 5 minutes later, she falls and breaks her arm. Lynette. I'm not. See? And you told her, I'm not going to take you to the hospital if you fall and break your arm. And there she is. Mm-hmm. I know, Shakendra. It was ready. I was ready to wrap up the summer. And then I forgot that Myrtle Beach is down south. So I took them. Yeah. Yeah. It's almost 90 degrees in Brooklyn. Never end of summer until the end of September. I don't know. I love me some fall. Mm-hmm. We have an excessive heat advisory in Illinois through Thursday. Oh my gosh. Palm Springs will be hot, you think? I'm not ready. I'm not ready for whatever is happening. I don't think anyone should put summer clothes away before September. No, years and years ago, I was at a party. I said, neither of my boys broke any bones. The very next day, my older son broke his leg. Yeah, you can't say stuff like that. You can't say stuff like that. It's bad mojo. I never put away summer clothes. It's so funny. My son always got stitches. He was my Franken baby. Wow. I didn't realize you can make summer end by putting your summer clothes away. Silly me. Brooke, that's how it works. And then you just stay in your air-conditioned house. Yeah. I don't know. My brain is already like 3 weeks out. I'm like, I gotta, but Palm Springs is in the desert. I reject pumpkin spice until September 1. Me and my sister broke each other's noses twice. Oh, Jessica. I'm sitting at my desk listening to the cicadas on my earbuds. Kind of surreal. It is. I can be quiet if you want to get just like some solid cicada time. It's like they knew that I stopped talking. Did you notice? They were like, let's drown this bitch out. Mm-hmm. Wait, you guys can put away summer clothes? I think it's funny when people say, what's putting away summer clothes mean? It's so funny. Mm-hmm. Robin said, fall into it. Okay. like the drinking of the dogs. What is it called, Robin, when people watch the changing of the leaves? There's a name for it. I had never heard of it. You were quiet longer than I thought you'd be. I think it's because they think I'm talking. They know I'm talking. And they're like, let's drown her out. Nobody wants this in our natural environment. Peepers, fall peepers. Leaf peeping. That's it. Leaf peeping. I've never heard of it until like last year. They definitely have like a you guys hear the different notes that they're doing? It's like I wonder if there's some research on the notes that they're hitting. It's really funny. It's big here in New England, yeah. I never put seasonal clothes away. You never know when you travel and need certain items. Listen, I probably should pay more attention to my clothes. I don't. It's like you're in the jungle. I love leaf peeping season. I know. Do the research. It might get you an egg award. You're not wrong. I think you just need like a good title. Like what was his? His was like necrophilia, homosexual necrophilia in the avian population. It was just so, he was so, oh, you guys probably don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, hold on. So last week we had Mark Abrahams from the Ig Awards. And he said, if you get a chance, Google TED Talk Dead Duck. I didn't get a chance to do it during that week, but on the way down here, or I don't know, at some point, I decided to Google TED Talk Dead Duck. And it's this scientist talking about this observation he made. And then he wrote a paper on it 6 years later, which then he wins an Ig Award for. And he talks about how it changed his life. And he's just super quirky and a little funny, like science funny. And it was really funny to like listen to him and his kind of speech, his TED Talk. I watched it right after your show. Marianne, he was very charming, nerdy charming. If that's like a, yeah, no, the observation was super creepy, but intriguing in terms of the way that just a scientist's brains works. Listen, I'm a nerd. I can't help it. Congratulations, Marianne. 14 years. In the fall, and get apple cider donuts, apple and pumpkin picking. I would love to, Robin. If you could find a gluten-free one, that would be great. He did, Kate. I agree with you. He made a creepy observation, super interesting and award-winning. And then, wraps it around to the Ig Award. I just loved it. It's great. It's funny. So anyway. So that's it for today. It's Monday. It's Ugly Monday. I imagine we'll give an Ugly Monday award out, but I don't think it'll be at 9 because I'll be on stage. So either I'll have stuff posted or I'll go live after. So we're a little fluid this week. Serge and I celebrate 25 years tomorrow. Oh, Athena. Husband number 3. I think this one works, said Marianne. Good for you. Well, it's 14 years and growing strong, Marianne, so that's good. Looks like there's a lot of anniversaries this week, so congratulations, everybody. And we're going to hop on the road today. Stay tuned for any checking of the oil that needs to be done. We'll see how it goes. And we'll see y'all in Myrtle Beach. And tomorrow morning we'll be live from wherever we're staying. Oh, Sarah, how you feel? Salad's here. Isabel left today for college. Woof! That's big. These are all big things. Friday is your 44th anniversary. I hope you guys get to do something fun. All right. Well, I got to go check oil, make sure we have 4 wheels, whatever. And we're back on the road. So thanks for watching. And I'll be checking in with supporters tonight. I'll maybe see some of you this week down in Myrtle Beach. But we'll be around. So lots of fun stuff. So thanks for watching as always. And like Judy from Saskatoon says, do something nice for yourself today. Get yourself a plant. Talk to it. Have conversations. Change your oil. Something nice. Get your friend to make you a garden vegetable lunch. Whatever. Do something joyful. But thanks for watching as always. Have a great day and a blessed day. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning from Myrtle Beach. All right. Have a good one. Bye.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed today's morning show, make sure to follow us for more One Funny Mother content.
Okay, all right. Morse code is tapping.
And check out OneFunnyMotherStore.com for great new inappropriate swag. And for more exclusive content, consider becoming a supporter.
She got a bad leg.
Thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow.